Well, it's looking like this is gonna become a series since I already got 3 others under my belt. But if you're new here, hi, my name is Xeno. I act like a gooner online cause it's funny, but I'm also a light skin. But if you couldn't tell from that thumbnail art style, this ain't gonna be me hating on bad monster girls. This is about how bad they are! Parentheses around monster. So let's not waste any more time and get right to business. Some of y'all might think I'm crazy for this one, but Xenomorphous, hear me out! Now, if we're talking the normal one, then that's a different story, but the Queen Xenomorph, I'ma eat it. Keep in mind, I'm talking about the Dead by Daylight one, but like, the minute you added the word queen to that name, you pretty much confirmed that there was a Xenomorph ussy, so you best believe I'm in there. Like, I'm gonna need some of the pack that Dead by Daylight team was smoking, cause they gave this thing a wagon! Praying that Ushy Gushy ain't made of the same corrosive blood, or we're gonna have to kiss my millimeter defeater goodbye. Speaking of small parts though, I don't have anywhere near enough meat for all that maw, but that tiny one,
jackpot!
There's also this trend of drawing them in these like beige sweaters, and let's just say I feel like a wartime nation cause I've lost countless sons and daughters to this cause. Being a black person, I feel like I know black people relatively well. They aren't really quick to accept new things. But when I saw my man Blasphemous HD switch from horror to lust in the span of 4 seconds, I knew we needed Scott Cawthon to stay cooking in that kitchen. Like in FNAF 1, I know the whole gimmick was to like make horrifying child stuffed Chuck E. Cheese suits. But what reason did Scott have to make the FNAF 2 models cake the fuck up? Like, she
is such a bad bitch though.
God forbid I was a night guard at that second location, because I would have stuffed her with a couple of kids. You know what I'm saying? And don't even get me started on Roxanne Wolf, because as my goat father Tate would say, throw me to the wolves and I'll come back a father. And I 100% blame the fan artists for making me feel this way, because the first interactions I've had with either of these animatronics would go something like this. Now, Resident Evil is no stranger to absolute baddies like Ada Wong, Ashley, and Leon, just to name a few, and that's only RE4. But this video ain't about human baddies. Nah, this is about my queen, Lady... What the...
How to pronounce Lady Demetrice.
Lady Demetrice? This 9'6" mommy is literally everything I've ever wanted in my life. I know a lot of people that are insecure about dating taller women, but I've always been somewhat of a tree climber myself. Especially ones that are absolutely stacked. If people weren't down bad enough for her, I know that she would have been even more popular if instead of calling you a man thing, if she just called you darling. It's coming, yo! What I will never understand, though, is how people can sit here and be like, oh, you're fetishizing tall women, blah, blah, blah. Like, bro, be fucking for real right now. A fetish is pyrocynical being into fat, furry fart art, which, honestly, real recognize real. But no, I like to consider myself a WNBA connoisseur.
Girl, what the fuck is...
Now it's time to talk about the yin to Resident Evil's yang, Silent Hill. I'm gonna just come out and say this. What kind of enemy design is this? You're telling me I'm supposed to be scared of these nurses when they're coming out like they got a cameo on a specific website after they execute me? Granted, when it comes to Pyramid Head, I never was able to understand the hype because I lacked the stat called the female gaze. But then came the day that I was enlightened. I got to bear witness to Jessica Negri's gender bent cosplay. This helped me realize that all I had to do was to gender bend characters to find them bad. Like the Twilight series, it was all over the place 10 years ago, and guys, me included, could never understand the hype. But what if, stay with me now, it was a hot werewolf girl and a goth vampire fighting over the loser guy, also me?
I get it.
Yeah, I hope I've enlightened you and you can see the vision. I thought I'd toss this one in since top 10 lists are the YouTube equivalent of getting top from a 10, but it's gonna be SCP's Mallow. Fun fact, this entire video was originally supposed to be about SCPs, but I came to the harsh realization that A, none of them are really that bad. They all just kind of want to execute you, unless it's like an orange pile of jello that smells like bacon. And B, the main one Gooners go feral over is Mallow, which is like, it's literally just a persona. Like, it's a furry with a dog skull furry face, and it makes you go schizo mode after you install its app on your phone. And furries really took one look at it and said,
I'ma eat it.
So that's all I really gotta say about this one. So let's go do your own research. If you're a fan of horror in any capacity, then you've definitely come across Dead by Daylight, in which I'd like to say, I'm sorry for your loss, because this game stinks! About 87% of the time. But there's always some good in the bad. And that good is behavior crafting absolute baddies! Like Skull Merchant, this is literally just an Asian woman with robot parts. And don't get me wrong, playing against her makes me want to permanently fall damage myself. But when she's carrying you,
With all that movement back there.
like, it's to the point where I hope I get Skull Merchants in my game so I can just pre-game going to other websites. Honestly, it's the same with Huntress too, even though her shoulder's got her looking like a lineman. What I've come to notice is that the male killers are like absolute abominations, and then you go put the female killers in front of me and like, honestly, I would. Besides like Hag or like the twins, because I would need a considerable amount of adult juice. White Label Hennessy to get down with that. Finishing off this list with a baddie that's both horrified me in my childhood and is also a killer in Dead by Daylight. We have the girl from The Ring, Yamamura Sadako. And I'm not talking about the ugly ass one from the American adaptation, because damn, they did her dirty. Nah, we got the original Japanese one. Maybe this was the precursor to modern day with how American studios are so determined to make ugly ass characters. But yeah, picture the average gooner's brain. Not me though, because I'm a Max Prestige light skin. But picture it for me, out here gooning in their hot, dark, humid room. Musty even. Then a Japanese baddie comes crawling out of your monitor. Now, you may have forgotten to take your schizophrenia meds this morning, but don't worry, Pookie. This is real! Now, if you toss out the part where she gives you a heart attack, then this is basically every gooner's dream. That's also when every fan artist went wild, drawing her absolutely stacked. If you recognize this design at all, then
I know what you are!
But yeah, if you look up Samara Morgan, which is the American adaptation's Ring Girl, you get a bunch of normal photos. But then like the soy Japanese thing meme, looking up Yamamura Sadako's name alone will like, bro, look at this! But yeah, those are the spookiest, baddest monster girls. If you enjoy this type of light skin content, make sure to leave a like and subscribe so I know to make more of these. Also, big thanks to my Pookie Bear, Sketchy Protogen, for making the thumbnail art on such short notice. If you recognize that art style, it's because it's the same as the furry video one. So go peep their stuff over here. But as always, I'm never good at outros, so bye-bye!
You should follow Xeno
Now!